Further, that made a statement that even if a policeman slaps you, don't retaliate. Two wrongs cannot make it right. He's on uniform at that time. Whatever you do, people will not, like this case now, they have been detained, they are going to court. Most of these people that are making noise on social media will not go and defend them. It's wrong for anybody to beat any policeman, military personnel, paramilitary personnel on uniform or duty. Even if they are mufti on duty, you don't do that. It is wrong.
Thank you so much for granting us audience. Can you outline the achievements of the Nigeria Police Force from January to date?
Well, we have recorded a lot. I'm sure you won't have time to take all the feats recorded by the police. But let me say emphatically that in the area of crime control, we have arrested a lot. Kidnappers, many of them have been arrested. We have rescued some victims of mobs. We have recovered arms and ammunition of various calibers. We have recovered vehicles within Nigeria and outside the country through the effort of Interpol. We have, in the area of welfare packages for police personnel, this leadership has been able to work with the federal government for salary increments, allowances, emoluments, and the likes, distribution of kits to police inspectors around rank and file. But not just giving them kits, this time around is a complete set of kits, talking of the idea up and down, whether black over black or blue over black or camo, with boots, shoes, another accoutrement, even raincoats given to them. At the point in time, the IGP procured some umbrellas, customized umbrellas for those who are actually at strategic points on duty, either traffic control or access control. They have umbrellas, branded umbrella Nigerian Police Force to them. Then construction of model stations. As I speak with you, this year alone, so far, the IGP has been able to construct more than 120 model stations. They are ready for commission anyway. The whole world will see how far the IGP has gone in this direction. And aside from that, the IGP has done a lot in the area of renovating our training schools, declaring state of emergency on these training schools, particularly four major premier colleges in Police College Kaduna, Police College Kedah, Police College Maiduguri, and Police College in Enugu. That's Nigeria. So we have recorded a lot of achievements, particularly in area of building synergy with other security agencies. This is the first time that the synergy has been so strong enough, not just mere saying that we have synergy, not the political statement of having synergy. And you will see that the synergy has paid off in many areas where the CDS and other service chiefs and other heads of security agencies will work with the police to achieve a lot in so many areas. I know that there was a time I rolled out statistics of these achievements. I don't have them offhand, but I know a lot has been done. You may easily get that after the interview if you want to have a copy of the statistics of cases we have been able to charge to courts. Within a year, there was a time we were having more than 76,000 cases in court, and 56,000 cases are still active, which means the cases are still on. We have again conviction over almost 30,000 cases. We have conviction over 30,000 cases. This time around, we always follow through on the cases. When we start investigation, we monitor cases, we follow through cases up to a level of prosecution and possibly conviction. So we don't just charge cases to go for charging sake. Don't forget, during this period too, we are blessed with the promotion of DCP Simon Leo, the first senior advocate the Nigeria Police Force will produce. It's a great achievement to us, and our legal unit have been uplifted with that appointment alone. So there are so many areas. Are we talking of the renovation of the Force Secretariat itself to have a new look? You move around, you're going to see many things within the compound the IGP has done. Just for the personnel and the headquarters to have good working environment, to feel cool when you're working in a place, and you feel honored because of the ambience of that particular environment. Coming from the outside the headquarters, coming into the compound, you see the ambience. Go to the backyard, everywhere has been turned, and it's having a new look generally. And the personnel headquarters, the IGP has done a lot for them. That procured so many things for them, shoes, fine shoes. I'm not talking of those shoes that when you bang your leg, they'll be smiling. No, I'm not talking of those ones. I'm talking of fine designer shoes that you can actually see on a policeman and you be attractive, you admire such a thing. So the police has recorded a lot, and we still continue to know that there are so many constructions that are going on across the country. The IGP has embarked on more than 190 constructions of the capital projects across the country. So it's a great thing that we're having a leader who is thinking of how the projects we can do to improve the police, to professional the police, for the betterment of our officers and men across board. So we have a lot.
With that said, we've witnessed in the last couple of months, we've witnessed some policemen who have been rooted out of the system because of their misconduct. They have gone against their rules of engagement. Can you tell us what informed the decision of the police hierarchy?
All those things were not new. The system had been there, the law has been there, the framework, the legal framework had been there. Nigeria Police is a regimented organization being run on the premise of certain laws, guidelines, principles, and standard operating procedures. We have disciplinary offenses in the police and we have criminal offenses. Police are human beings too. They are complete Homo sapiens sapien like any other person. So as an Homo sapiens sapien, you are bound to commit crimes as a human being. So if any of them has committed any offense, criminal in most cases, the disciplinary action will come first before he is allowed to go and face a criminal charge. And in most cases, the disciplinary offense, we have punishments for each of these offenses. There are offenses that if you do today, no, it's not negotiable, you must go. That is dismissal. There are some that will be reduction in rank. There are some that will be severe reprimand. There are some that will be extra fatigue, that may be given cutlass to clean, to do this for a certain period of time. There are some that will just be mere detention. But the dismissal cases you have experienced, you have witnessed so far, those ones were born of the fact that the matters came up in the news. They were in public domain. And we have taken actions, we have given feedback to Nigerians, we have addressed the media on them, and it's in all those things, all the cases are in the news. We had been acting on cases like this. Those ones were not the first, and they will not be the last. After those ones, we have done many. But the fact is, if a case was in the news, so embarrassing, and the offense committed warrants dismissal, a person will go. And Nigerians must know that the person has gone. So we don't condone it.
Also, that the leadership of the police has said it severally, that no room for nonsense, no room for inappropriate behaviors, no room for unprofessional conduct from any quarters in Nigeria Police Force. So we will continue to sanitize the system. We continue to uphold the sanctity and the ethics and code of conduct of Nigeria Police Force. So no room for nonsense. And our officers and men, they know this. And that's why you see, at least in the last 3-4 months, everything is going on smoothly. Even now, if you have cases, infractions, complaints against police officers, they are just going to be minor cases that we can easily handle and even settle amicably. Since that time, we have not recorded any serious disciplinary case or complaint against our men, case of using cutlass to flog somebody or standing on the road and you're trying to dignify extortion, dignify corruption. No, those ones will not come. Or somebody who is checking phone and still beating, harassing Nigerians. No, we say no to all those things and we maintain this.
Social media has been agog over your tweets stating that a Nigerian does not have the right to retaliate if he or she is being assaulted by a policeman. I mean, can you clarify this? Because many people are divided over your stance and why you said what you said.
Well, the story was not just, don't let us pick it or isolate a statement from a conversation. It was a conversation on my Twitter handle with some people, my followers, who were actually trying to call the police attention to a video that went viral in Lagos, where two guys were attacking police, assaulting police, and even trying to snatch the rifle from the police. And I came up on my Twitter handle, Prince Moyewan, to tell them that it is wrong and this is condemnable. It's punishable under the law. I think Section 356 of the Criminal Code states clearly, Section 2, Subsection 2 down to Subsection 3-4, states clearly the offenses and the punishment. I think it's 3 years imprisonment if you do that. To beat a police officer on duty or any security agent on uniform. Every uniform must come with the coat of arms representing the authority, the sovereignty of this country. And if you beat a policeman or anybody on uniform, is a sign of disrespect to the nation as a nation. Not only the man we are beaten. So the case, we were actually having a conversation, and it got to a stage I said, no, it is wrong for any civilian to beat a policeman on uniform. Whatever the policeman must have done. Even if I expect people to understand simple English because it's a constitutional statement. I wouldn't know why you are just taking it as if I've said something to cause or instigating police or encouraging police personnel to be beaten or trampling on people's fundamental human rights. No. You pick statement from the context. For those who are mischievous enough, they actually captioned the story from that angle that no Nigerian has the right to beat or to retaliate when a policeman slaps. No, it's a constitutional statement. And I can still maintain it anytime. I see there, the tweets are there. I've not put down anything. That even if a policeman slaps you, in as much as on uniform, you don't retaliate. You report, and that will be handled. By the time you retaliate, whatever the man must have done to you is going to be immaterial when the law starts its own, or the law is taking its course. Because even the case in Lagos was just a mere case of, the allegation was they collected my phone, they were searching my phone. And for goodness sake, even the third man that was there said, no, even the phone was not even with the policeman. He was saying the phone was with the third person now, which is being interrogated by Lagos State Police Command. So the father that made a statement that even if a policeman slaps you, don't retaliate. 2 wrongs cannot make it right. He's on uniform at that time. Whatever you do, people will not, like this case now, they have been detained, they are going to court. Most of these people that are making noise on social media will not go and defend them. My job as a policeman at times is to correct Nigerians, to educate Nigerians not to run foul of the law, not to fall victim of what the law says. Law looks so simple. By the time it starts hooking somebody, it's just going to be a cobweb. And an insect in a cobweb will not be able to find its way out. And it's always, the more you struggle, the more you get hooked. So it's a clear statement that it is wrong for a civilian or a Nigerian to beat a policeman on uniform or any security operative on uniform. You don't do it. Even if he's a mufti and he's on duty at that time, you don't beat him. Whatever he must have done, we have created platforms for people to report misconduct of our men to us. And we have been working. It's not easy for me as a PRO to put out my number on social media, on Twitter, all the PROs, CPs of commands, heads of formations. We have our numbers for people to be talking to us. Many of us don't sleep. Apparently in a day, I may not have sleep up to 4 hours, 5 hours. Just to make sure people get close to us. We are transparent enough. We are accessible enough to listen to complaints from Nigerians. And yet you go ahead and be beating these men. What do you want us to do to them? You have complained, we have dismissed. You have complained, we have reduced in rank. You have complained, we have reprimanded. You have complained, we have detained. You have complained in most cases that even you, complainer, will be the one to beg us that no, he collecting money from me, but he had refunded the money. Please, Oga, let it go. I don't want him dismissed. We handle more than 120 cases in a day. What else do they want us to do? That if you are doing this, if you are doing much as this, I don't expect any Nigerian who feels slighted or assaulted or embarrassed or harassed by the police to pounce on police officer on uniform. You can easily see the case in Lagos, the instant case in the video. 2 of them dragging AK-47, loaded AK-47 rifle with them. And on my Twitter, I linked that incident to what I call suicide by call or suicide by police. It's a concept, it's a theory that is we can read and understand. That this guy wants to die, but he wants to die through the mistake or professional or inactive action or inaction of a policeman is called suicide by call or suicide by police. So I explained in my Twitter, but for reasons known to those who actually picked the story from the angle of no Nigerian has the right to retaliate when you are slapped by the police. No, it's a conversation. It's a long conversation that I expect. There are some other stories other journalists picked from other angles. They are using very nice stories, but for those who are these bloggers who are actually outside here to just look for stories and for them to think they want to have public attention, no, I still maintain it. It's wrong for anybody to beat any policeman, military personnel, paramilitary personnel on uniform, on duty. Even if you are mufti on duty, you don't do that. It is wrong. It's disrespectful to Nigerian nation. Is a criminal offense. The law states it clearly, and it's condemnable. So let us justify what is not in any way. So it is wrong for people to come out there and be beating police officers on uniform or policemen on uniform. No, that's we will not take again. If you do that, you're going to court. It's not a personal thing. It's systemic. That the law is there and the law has stated clearly that this is the offense and this is the punishment. So the person will charge to court.
I'd like you to react to allegations by the recruited constabularies that they were deceived to join.
Who deceived them?
Because
the police? No. It was when they were to be recruited. Community policing constabularies. That's the name. Community policing constabularies. For people who are gainfully employed on voluntary basis, part-time basis. Just like this federal safety corps marshals. I have my job. I just feel like helping road safety to control traffic at my leisure time. Whether when I close in the evening or my Saturday, I want to help them where we always have gridlock to control traffic. The same thing applicable to this scheme. Community policing constabularies. We expect those who are there to be gainfully employed. So we are surprised that people that are coming up now are saying they have not been paid. You by who? Who's going to pay? The thing was clearly stated that this is voluntary and it's for those who are gainfully employed. Please come if you want to come. So I think we need to understand that this scheme we trained them when they were mobilized. They were mobilized from their local communities. They were trained by the police and they were sent back to their local communities just to go and assist the police and security agencies in their local communities. So now we are surprised that they are saying this is they want money from who. I think they just need to go back to those who dropped their names to find out from them that what is happening. Those who must have dropped their names got information right. So maybe something went wrong somewhere. We are not responsible for their payment. We were only responsible for assisting to mobilize, to train, and send them back to those places. And they were attached to divisional police officers in most areas. But we need to look inward to see what is wrong somewhere. Perhaps they were actually misinformed, but we are not aware. The police is not responsible for that, and police should not be blamed for that. No.
Security outfit being inaugurated by state governors. How is the police by chance? Actually, do you have any reservation?
They have been established by the acts or the law of the state, by the House of Assembly. There's no problem about it. We're ready to work with everybody. So far, they work with the police. We have been having vigilante groups for a very long time. We've been having hunters association for a very long time, and we've not been having issues. But situation where you think you are established by a governor or by a state government and you want to overrun the police system, it's not going to work, because the police was actually established by the Constitution. Some of these quasi groups, security outfits, were created by an act on a legislation of the House of Assembly. So it might not, can you be competing with the police because you have guns with you or you have catapult and you think you have the support of some people and you want to overrun the police? No, it's not going to work. We need to do things are right. If you have such an outfit, what you need to do, the commander must work with the commissioner of police. They must design operational order, how they want to work, and execute the operational order collectively. So we may not have any reservation for that. So far they do the right thing, and they were established by a law of that land. There's no big deal about it.
Your advice to Nigerians?
I want Nigerians to believe in the system. We have a country that works, we have a system that works, and we have our laws in Nigeria. let people get familiar with some of these laws. If you don't understand the legal framework in the country, you're going to have wrong perception about governance, about security, or policing of the country. Get familiar with these laws, read and understand. Where you don't understand, ask people will tell you. And then be law abiding. Don't hate the police. Don't hate the government. You are part of the government. Play your own role for the betterment of Nigeria. We have no place to go. Don't think because you want to travel now, you have your visa, you go, they open the gate. If there is problem in Nigeria today, everybody should leave Nigeria today. Most of these countries are going to shut their doors at us. They won't allow you to come in at all. So work for the betterment of Nigeria. We remain here and enjoy the goodies in this country.
Thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome. Thank